This is the heartbreaking story of Elijah Lewis, the 5-year-old boy whose death led to the convictions of his mother and her boyfriend. Viewer discretion and trigger warning comes with this. This story involves the death of a child, and it discusses neglect, abuse, and the failure of systems meant to protect him. Reader and listener viewer discretion is advised with this one. Elijah Lewis, he was born on January the 7th, 2016 in Phoenix, Arizona. His parents, Danielle and Timothy, separated the following year. Timothy remained in Arizona with Elijah while Danielle moved back to New Hampshire. Now, for roughly 3 years, Danielle had limited involvement in Elijah's life. She did later express a desire to rebuild their relationship, and Elijah's dad, Timothy, supported the idea because he wanted him to have both parents in his life. In May 2020, 5-year-old Elijah moved to Merrimack, New Hampshire, to live with Danielle and her boyfriend, Joseph Stapf, in the basement of Stapf's mother's home. The couple already had a young child together. The arrangement was initially intended to just be temporary, so Danielle could reconnect with her son, but Elijah did remain in her care. Danielle later did say she was struggling. She was unemployed, she'd become pregnant with a third child, and described feeling depressed. She claimed Elijah was difficult to parent. Elijah had previously received support for behavioural challenges while living in Arizona. Timothy did still continue to stay in contact through calls and video chats, but he also grew increasingly concerned that Elijah's well-being was declining, which led to him contacting the New Hampshire Division for Children, Youth and Families, DCYF. DCYF opened an investigation, and Danielle acknowledged she was having difficulties caring for Elijah, and at one point asked Timothy to take him back. When this did not happen immediately, she told the agency she planned to send Elijah to live with her sister in California. After that statement, DCYF's involvement lessened. Danielle later changed her mind and she kept Elijah. In October 2021, this was when Danielle gave birth to her third child. Shortly after that, Joseph left the newborn at a hospital. When illegal substances were found in the baby's system, authorities identified the parents and DCYF returned to the home. Investigators became concerned when they actually did not see Elijah. Police asked Danielle to come in and discuss his whereabouts, but instead she and Joseph tried to leave the area and was stopped. It was soon determined that Elijah had been missing for weeks. Danielle said she did not know where he was, and she actually admitted that she had not reported him missing because she did not want further involvement from DCYF. Joseph claimed Elijah had wandered off on his own, which led to their accounts both conflicting each other's. A large search was launched, and sadly on October the 24th, 2021, Elijah's remains were found buried in a wooded area in Abington, Massachusetts. The medical examiner determined the death resulted from violent and prolonged neglect. Prosecutors also stated that he died between September the 21st and September the 24th, 2021, and at the time of his death he was severely underweight. Evidence from phones and the home showed the couple had discussed and documented their mistreatment of Elijah over an extended period. After his death, they moved his body, attempted to conceal what had happened, withdrew money, purchased new phones, and tried to flee. They were arrested the following day in New York. Both were initially charged with witness tampering and child endangerment. After Elijah's remains were recovered, they faced murder charges. In September 2022, Joseph Stapf pleaded guilty to manslaughter and was sentenced to 22 to 45 years in prison. In October 2024, Danielle pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and 2 counts of witness tampering. She was sentenced to 50 years to life, plus additional consecutive time. At sentencing for Danielle, Elijah's father, Timothy Lewis, delivered an emotional victim impact statement. In December 2024, Timothy filed a lawsuit against the New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services and DCYF, arguing that the agency had reason to know Elijah was in danger and they failed to protect him. The case was later settled. The state denied wrongdoing or liability. Elijah Lewis was 5 years old.